Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. This is Brother Yerushalayim coming back at you in another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Alright, this video is basically related to this article here from Luke TNT News. It reads that TNT to host a regional crime symposium. Alright? A regional crime symposium. Now, I'm gonna read part of this article, but the main point I wanna bring across, which is this video is gonna be a short video, Lord willing. Alright. Basically the main point I wanna bring across is that these devils, even the in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean, they're looking for ways to create an emergency situation. Alright? Because when you have an emergency situation, you could institute or put into place, emergency laws or emergency powers. Okay? Just like in America, they have certain executive orders. Alright? Where if they put them in place, basically, it nullifies the normal constitutional laws and rights of the citizens of the country. Alright, it says the company, but it's really a company anyway. It's a corporation. These countries, but this is what they're looking to do. They're trying any way to find they're trying anyhow to find a way to put this into place, to put back in place lockdowns, basically to kill the economy. Was most of the economies of and the countries in the Caribbean investigating at different stages in the development of the digital currency, the CBDC. Alright, so this must be looked at very closely. Alright, and we as watchmen, we set to blow that horn, alright, that trumpet. Okay, this says TNT to host regional crime symposium. Regional leaders will on Monday thoroughly examine crime and all its elements during a symposium themed violence as a public health issue. Alright, so they want to use violence, right? Killing, which a lot of these flipping politicians from the prime minister on down are corrupt. Alright, including the police officers and all those things. A lot of them involved with these gangs. Alright, it says violence is a public health issue, which is to be held at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Port of Spain. The 2-day event is being hosted by the government of Trinidad and Tobago, which Trinidad and Tobago really and truly is the head of the Caribbean. Alright, contrary to popular belief, a lot of people think that it's Jamaica. Trinidad and Tobago really is the head in terms of economically wise and those things like that. So this is how it is. This is how it is. How you doing? Yeah, you good? Yeah. This is how it is. So this is the madness that's taking place. Alright, this is the madness that's taking place. So let's read down a little bit. It says, as various governments confront the challenges of criminal activities, this country continues to be a spotlight with its increasing murder rates and the spate of violent crimes such as armed robberies and brutal home invasions. Right, well, these things been going on for a while. Yeah, it's getting worse, but hey, they're looking for anything they could get, basically to call an emergency situation and bring in the W to the H to the O. Who they talking about? Who they talking about? Right, that World to the Health to the organization, right? Which even in our country, they signed off on it, this delegation. And if there's ever any health, any emergency, any HEALTH emergency, that they would basically contravene or basically the country, Trinidad and Tobago, would give up its sovereign rights to the W, to the H, and to the O. Alright? And they say it like that because they would strike this video. Okay? So it says talking about home invasions and robberies. It said the situation has become so worrying that local business leaders have called for the return of the hangman, saying crime and violence continues to be a major deterrent for investments in Trinidad and Tobago. Right? at the end of the day, we know what they're getting at. Alright? They want to bring that solution. Alright? They want to bring that solution. It says, and they're going to push it too, because, really and truly, the digital currency, they will basically sell it in such a way that, hey, people wouldn't get robbed again, all these things like that. You no longer will have cash. So they're going to really push it and sell it. Alright, it says one of the major concerns for the heads of state and the region has to do with the availability of firearms, which when you look at the statistics are used extensively in a lot of homicides and a lot of violent crimes. Alright. Alison Drayton, Assistant Secretary General, Human and Social Development, CARICOM Secretariat, also explained why crime should be seen as a public health issue. Alright? Know that, a public health issue. In putting crime into the public health sphere, it widens the discussion, and this is very much seen in the program. We look at the social determinants. We think of poverty and hardship as the drivers of crime. Right? We also need to look at mental health issues. Alright? So these things, hey, they know what they're doing. Now let's jump down a little bit. It says there are a constant emergency situation in countries where you have a lot of gang violence. So you can see where they're going with this. Right? An emergency situation. Right? And then he mentions about the Plan D and all these things like that. So at the end of the day, hey, they're trying to sell this thing. We know what they want to bring. They want to put in place legislation and bring in the emergency. Right? To bring in what? To kill the economy and bring in what? The digital currency. Which Trinidad and Tobago is developing it right now through TSTT and a company called PESH Limited. Alright? So this is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Right? And this is what they're looking to do. Right? To turn aside the needy from judgment, which the digital currency is going to take away all your control. It's a programmable currency. You wouldn't be able to buy what you want. Alright? They're going to seize all the money in the bank, etc., etc. Alright? And eventually bring in the RFID CHIP, which is the eventual aim. Right? So Isaiah 10 and 2, it says to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people. You have no rights no more. In emergency situations, people have no rights. Alright? Especially when they bring in martial law. Alright? Because they're going to make things even worse. Jake going to rise up and going to be a lot of sedition. And they know this. It says that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. Alright? And what will you do in the day of visitation, in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will you flee for help? And where will you leave your glory? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is our protection. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, is one we turn to for help. Alright? Alright, and with that, just a quick enlightenment, edification, on what's going on, update. Alright, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Keep your eyes out. Watch and pray. Alright, till the next time, Abad Babal and Shalom.